Maybe I put out that vibe and you guys don't. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck. Hit the space bar.
All right. All right, welcome back to another Brews and Breakdown. Today we have an awesome movie for you guys to break down, which was a request in the comment section from our last one, and that was Let's Be Cops. So we're gonna watch some segments of Let's Be Cops. We're gonna break down some clips from the movie. It's a funny movie, and I'm pretty sure the intentions of Hollywood in this one was to absolutely make fun of cops.
Yeah.
But it was comedy. Like,
yes.
This is not intended to be true in any which way. So, like, a breakdown of it, like, that's not real, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
The premise is not real.
Yeah.
They did do a good job of highlighting some of the aspects of what cops are really like, and then they just kind of magnified it in a comedy to make fun of us.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Not make fun of us. I don't know. If you're sensitive about being made fun of, to make fun with.
Yes, that's better.
Yeah.
It's like Super Troopers and other, like, I mean, they are making fun of cops, but if you're a cop and you haven't seen Super Troopers, you need to go back to the academy. Start all over.
Shame on you. Before we get into that, let's announce that we are doing a giveaway of this Streamlight TLR7. So if you guys want to enter a chance to win this TLR7 tack light, go ahead and make sure that you're following us on Instagram, and the rules will be thrown on there where you guys can earn a chance to win this TLR7 compact tack light to go on your handgun. So follow us on Instagram, and we'll post this, and we will choose a winner, and we'll announce it on probably the next show.
Yeah.
So tune in, make sure you're following us on social media to find out how you can win this bad boy. And also
follow Kyle's rules.
Yeah, rules.
Oh, you gotta follow the rules. Yeah,
don't micromanage it.
Yeah, it's micromanage.
Well, you gotta have rules to submit to win the product. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what beers are you guys drinking for this one? I'm actually, I got the same one as last time. I liked it. Breaking Bud.
Yeah.
Good.
That tore you up last time.
That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you guys drinking?
Tahoe Pills.
Nice.
Solid stuff right here.
I got a start off of the People's Pills.
Oh.
What's my backup beer here? Oh, Tahoe Pills.
Oh, you'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
These guys don't bring backup beers because I guess they're minor league drinkers.
We want to give a quick shout out to Barbells and Submissions. Go check them out if you guys are into jiu-jitsu. Awesome clothing. They sell rash guards, unisex clothing. Go check them out, barbellsandsubmissions.com. Use discount code SHOTSFIRED20 to get 20% off your order.
That's very
direct.
It's very direct.
Do it.
Don't forget.
And don't forget to go check out SWATconference.org. They got a lot of cool conferences coming up. All things tactical, SWAT, you name it, they've got it at these conferences. Awesome training. Go check them out. And if you want to register for their classes, they just opened up Nashville. Yep. I would highly recommend, if you get an opportunity to go to that one, go to the Nashville conference. You won't be disappointed.
Nashville. I mean, it's an excuse to go to Nashville.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
and you attend a badass conference.
Yes.
SWATconference.org. Check out what they got going on.
Billy's got something good over there. He just put in.
Oh, I just put my my Tap Wax and Go beard balm in. You know, up in your face right there.
They practice that.
Well, he told me that I got micromanaged.
You did.
That I had to like put it like.
You did have good elevation. Like it was very.
Like I was like, bam.
Yeah. I don't know if you could have made that decision on.
Like if you could do that in slow motion.
Dude, everything is systematic.
Like, can you do that in slow motion where it's just like?
I absolutely can.
I gotta make sure. Is it square?
Yeah.
Okay.
And use discount code SFP20 to get a discount off this. 20% discount on your order.
That's pretty good.
It is. It's huge.
That's a big discount.
Yeah. And he's got good prices, so I mean that's a significant discount. So order up. Holidays are coming.
And you know, you're supporting small business.
Yeah.
And law enforcement.
Yeah.
First responder, which is to me is huge. I'm big on the small business and law enforcement support always.
All right, you guys ready to get down?
Yeah, what do we got?
Down to the movie.
What movie we're watching?
Let's be cops.
That's right.
Okay.
I gotta get in the
So
mindset.
It's
real
what
quick,
Kyle said when he was 12. And then he did when he was 18.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a cop.
I accomplished it.
Was this kind of how it went? Like,
Let's
I found a uniform.
get to a little real quick breakdown. If you've never seen this movie, it's about two
You know, like
guys.
stuff in front of you.
Two guys who are struggling through life. They have shitty jobs, not a whole lot going on for themselves, and they decide to dress up like cops and quickly realize that people in the public actually believe that they're cops. They're not. They're just two random kind of dumb dudes. And they kind of start playing into the role of being a Los Angeles Police Department officer. So that's what the movie's about. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's pretty funny, especially if you're a police officer. I think you'd really find it funny. Let's go through it, break down some of these scenes, and see what Hollywood had to offer.
How did you get this? eBay, dude. This is super illegal, right? This, no. No? Wow. Putting the lights on kinda is. Then I went to Kinko's. Kinko's?
Real quick, did you guys notice what was in the ice chest next to him as he's putting all the decals and light bar on?
No.
It was an ice chest full of beer.
Okay.
Budweiser, nonetheless. Just wanted to point that out.
Is that good or bad?
That's good.
Okay.
Plastered it on myself. This is crazy, dude. Some next level shit is what it is, Justin. Some next level shit.
Again, the story of Kyle. Isn't that the guy who took
Yeah.
a shit on the doorstep?
I absolutely know that there are people out there that know that I'm a cop now, and I know that their thought is just that, like, holy shit, he's a cop now. And Billy,
Oh,
100% people.
my family.
It's just kind of funny because in that scene, like, you know, they portray like these two kind of idiots, right? Like that end up becoming cops, and that's pretty true. Like,
Yeah.
you know, in our profession.
Touch that!
Let's see what we got.
Don't touch that! No!
3 females, early 20s, possibly intoxicated.
Oh, that's how it's sweet.
Oh man. Okay, so that's dead on.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're obviously, so in that scene they're fighting over you know, one of them is they obviously have a scanner in their made up patrol car that they bought on eBay and like turned it into a patrol car, which is like super highly illegal to do that. But they've got a scanner in there and they're scanning LAPD's channel and they hear that call come out, right? And then the driver, he wants to go to it. And so he turns his lights on. He's like, let's go. And the passenger's like, no, we're not going to that. Like, knock it off. You're taking this too far. And then they hear it's at a sorority house.
Yeah.
And they're drunk with a bunch of females fighting. So they're like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let's go. Like, how many times have you guys been on patrol where a call comes out and wouldn't be interesting, and then until you find out that it's like, you know,
Yeah, something like that.
something
And
similar
then you get
to
every
that.
cop in the
and
area.
Then, yeah, everyone goes. Next thing you know, you see like everyone's attaching to the call, and you're
Yeah.
like, all right, motherfuckers.
And it's kind of funny when you're like voice on the radio, like, hey, you know, we got this. If you're riding with a partner, you get code 4 and stuff, just to fuck with those other cops that want to come, and then they're like, God damn it, like I can't come.
Yeah.
That's bad beat etiquette.
Yeah.
That's
I do like how they're like fighting with their hands, like not touch that, because like that happens all the time. You like send a message or the heater or the air, like you're always fucking with each other.
Yeah, that's just pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And you may roll code to that.
All right, so here they're at their house, the sorority girl house.
Sir.
Excuse me?
That's a ma'am. Two classy ladies. What is your name?
Precious. She ain't that
What is your real name?
Precious.
Yeah, but like when you were born, what did your
Done that.
Oh yeah.
Precious.
You've asked
So
what their real
Precious,
name is?
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you
Oh,
tell
yeah.
us what's going on here?
She trying to get with my man behind my back.
Give me
Wait,
the phone, just-
yo, what you
You
say?
guys went to a different area than
I
me.
will be
Yeah.
taking the part of DeAndre. Yuri Jaquanda. What are you doing?
Eating soup, trying to lose some weight and stuff.
Girl,
Thank you.
because you fine as wine. Look, DeAndre,
Don't be texting me again, okay?
you see?
Unless you want to get them nuts up in my guts.
Control the situation!
you get?
All right. So the funny thing about that is, yes, like a story comes to mind is I remember one time I stopped a prostitute and it was a female, but it was a male. She hands me her ID. A guy had ordered her up to come over to his place, so he's thinking it's a chick.
Okay.
And anyways, long and the short is, I'm thinking it's a chick, and so he hands me his ID, and it's a male, and I'm like, okay. And so then I'm like, oh, like you gave me a guy's ID, like, you know,
Is it real?
Yeah, it was real. Like, no, he's like, no, that's really me. And I'm like, oh shit. So then afterwards, we end up telling the dude, I'm like, hey, did you know that was a guy? And he was so embarrassed. And he had no idea. It was like, yeah, but that happens. Like,
yeah, I think the name part is super accurate, especially with dealing with drunk people. It's like it's up and down and quiet, and you're like, what is your real name? What is that your real name? Like,
yeah,
that is super accurate at times.
Yeah. You've never had that?
What? I don't know. Like, I mean, I've worked in an area with a lot of weird names, I guess. And you just,
but I think
like if someone tells you the name, you're like, and then you're like typing it out, and you're like, how do you spell that? That's what I would do.
Yeah, but I think this is like, it's kind of chaotic, and then they're like, what's your name? And then they're like, what? Like, I think they're.
I mean, I've done that before too.
Yeah,
like,
you've had.
What's your like? But not like, no. What's your real name? Yeah. I've never done that.
I like how he's like, sir, calm down. And she's like, what? That happens too, you know. It's like,
yeah, but that's not like. Yes, that happens.
It's not intentional.
But like that, like looking at her in this, no one would be like
second guess that.
Yeah. Like that's
looks
funny. A lot like a female.
Drunk college party. Yes.
And in this scene, like the chicks start, you know, beating his ass. They all basically turn on him, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, like I've had that happen too, where chicks can be rowdy. Like I've been punched in the face several times by females. Like one time,
dirty.
They do, yeah. And like they're girls, so you don't want to like go all hardcore on them. But man, like I've been sucker punched by chicks before.
And out of
so don't take lessons from about officer safety from Sergeant Kyle here.
Yeah. Well, one time we were arresting this chick's boyfriend for domestic violence, and like we're wrestling around with him on the ground, and then next thing I know, this chick comes up from behind us and just freaking like sucker punches me in the face. I'm like, what the fuck?
Shouldn't been messing with her man.
Yeah, dude. So all right, let's see what. Oh man, this happens.
I need a different department. I've never had anything like that happen.
I worked a lot of the bar scenes in downtown Sac, and I've never been kissed on the fucking lips because that shit would fucking not happen. But you get drunk people grabbing you, and you're just like trying to give you hugs, to take pictures, and you're like,
yeah,
dude, it's a weird balancing act because you're like, get the fuck off me, but also you're like, this could go really bad because there's a lot of drunk people and like they're taking pictures, so it's like it's good publicity to be like, hey, these guys are actually cool out here, you know. But yeah, it happens. That is super accurate.
Yeah, I mean, you go to. You go to a bar or something, and like I've had chicks try to do weird shit like that, and I'll be like, no, like get off of me.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking get in trouble, lose my job.
Dude, there's so many things that could go wrong with that. The problem is there's so many cops out there that eat that shit up.
Oh, it happens.
It happens,
and they
all
want
the time.
it, and they actually, that's the bad ones.
So when I was a young cop, I was
still
taught.
Young.
Well, yeah, but when I was like first starting, I was told like very early on, like, and I'm gonna abbreviate this saying because it's kind of inappropriate, but it goes a little something like, the badge will always get the chick, but the chick will always get the badge.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That is so 100% true. That is such a solid statement.
Dirty, though. What's the dirty?
I don't want to say the dirty.
No, I know,
version.
but I mean after.
I'll tell you
see how that.
You never heard that before?
No.
You've never heard that?
Look, like where I worked, there wasn't.
There wasn't that.
There wasn't that.
Yeah.
The badge bunny thing was very few and far between. And
well, you were lucky because you didn't have to encounter that and hope you didn't get fucking.
It does happen though.
I mean, like, I don't know, like,
dude.
Yes and no, like.
Because they always want to like grab your shit. They're like, "What's this?" And you're just like, "Dude, stop fucking touching my shit." Like,
and they want to, and then people are snapping photos and
it's all bad.
Shit can get out of hand. Usually it's like nightclubs, you know, if you're gonna go to a nightclub. Like I'm like back in the day, you know, you go do a walkthrough of.
There's no clubs.
I never did that.
There's no clubs.
I never did a walkthrough. Fuck no, never did any of that because you're
asking for a problem.
You're asking for a problem. Yeah. It's only if it came outside.
So you just randomly show up to like a club. No calls for service. You're just like, I'm gonna walk through this club right now.
Well, not me, but definitely I for sure know of guys that do that stuff.
But some nightclubs,
But, like,
and bars,
okay.
they do hire cops to work the doors.
Yeah,
and then they're
that.
like, hey, we want you to walk through every 10, 15 minutes, and then there's a log.
Yeah.
So like,
but that's paid by them.
yes,
And that's through the department. That's all. That's not off. It's called off duty gig, right?
Yeah.
But you're in full uniform.
You're in full uniform and you're sanctioned.
But you're not working patrol, and you're like, let's go cruise through this bar.
But it's not you're not
no.
like on your own soliciting the work. It's, it's through the department.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb. Don't.
Yeah,
if you're
don't
listening,
do that.
don't do that shit. Do not go into a bar. Or
Don't
a
ever
nightclub.
wear your uniform unless you're wearing it at work.
No, yeah,
100%.
If you're doing that, like,
Like if
you're
you're
a
like, I'm gonna
fucking
go
weirdo.
get a gig where I'm doing a front door and I'm wearing my uniform, you're gonna get fired real quick. Maybe I'm ugly too. I don't know. Maybe that's
Freeze! You guys over there, freeze!
I love how they're just
Everybody
abusing the
freeze!
shit out of like.
Yeah,
Carry on. Everybody be safe. Carry on. I got my eyes on you, Jack. Carry on.
Normal citizens would respond like that.
Justin,
Yeah.
you've got to try it. Please freeze! Oh!
I don't know.
bad,
I don't
dude.
think normal citizens would react like that.
Not, no, not like that.
I think if you yell,
I see
"Stop,
more.
please."
I see more normal citizens going underneath police tape.
Oh, let's be calm.
They
their
do.
entitlement and
They
everything,
totally
like,
do, dude.
Like
they do.
the people that have been around crime and everything, they're like, nope, that's a police tape. Those are cops. I ain't fucking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal people are like, their entitlement comes in like, that is my house. I'm going to my house. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah, street or whatever. Yeah, we'll be blocked down. And they're like, but I live right there. And you're like, well, this is obviously shut down.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's just funny because, like, I mean, these guys are testing the waters of, like, what they can and can't do as cops. And because they're in the uniform, you know, they're totally just abusing the shit out of it. That's just funny.
Hey, I'm sorry. I had no idea that you were a cop.
Oh, no, I'm not really a cop.
What do you mean?
We're more than cops. Yeah, we help all the intense units, SWAT, FBI. The other day we're on a 5150. And this guy comes up with a sawed-off shotgun, right? And bang, bang, bang! Dude, I look behind me, and J-Rock puts one in the chest. Do not let that humble face fool you. And we all at the force talk about, we think he needs a serious back massage.
Okay. I'm
Well, this is good because, like,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
there's
too.
conversations that cops have in public and sometimes very loudly.
Yes. Yeah.
You're like,
bro.
bro, this is not the fucking place for that. You
Yeah.
know? Like, hey, when we're in the patrol car, we're in the car, and you want to say whatever the hell you want to say, like, I'll laugh, we'll have a good time or whatever. But, like, public, you know, you're representing so much more than yourself when you're there.
Yeah.
Like, if you embarrass one little bit of yourself where you're like, oh, I don't care, it doesn't bother me, you got to think of everyone else who wears that uniform, everyone else in the nation who's a cop. Like, you're saying, hey, we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You're speaking for everybody when you wear a uniform. So
Yeah, it's just funny because, like, you know, like, we probably all have, like you said, been in a restaurant or had that friend who's like the fucking loudmouth like
we've probably
that.
done it. Like, I mean, we've done it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And just thoroughly embarrasses you, and you're like, holy shit. You're like, dude, stop talking right now. Like, there's always going to be that guy as a cop, you know, which is funny. But then the other aspect to this scene is, if you watch the movie, like, they go in this restaurant all the time, and that chick doesn't pay any attention to him. But now that they're in uniform, right?
Oh, she's
all of a sudden she's like interested in him, and she's like, oh, I didn't realize that you were a cop. Like, again, it's like the uniform does attract, like, chicks, and, like, they, you know, they are
dudes
attracted
for
to that.
chicks.
What's that?
And women in the uniform. Same thing for men.
Yeah. So
it's versus vice versa.
and again, it just comes down to, like, you got to be able to like push that aside and not fall victim to that, because that's the shit that gets you fired or in trouble. It's like bad things happen with that, but that is so true. Like that absolutely happens. You know, it's weird. It's like
I also wore a wedding ring at work.
Yeah, well,
that's kind of a deterrent.
Yeah,
maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Took me a second. That was good. Well played.
Ryan, what did I just smoke? What does cranked up mean? You just smoked crystal meth, dude. It's not gonna affect me. It's not gonna affect me. What are you talking about?
Have you guys ever done undercover? Anything?
Never. No.
Have you?
Well, yes, but not like that.
Okay, what have you done?
I went. So when I started at Grass Valley, because I was 20, you know, whatever.
Oh, you went. Bought
high school
booze.
drugs.
Yeah, when they sent me into bars, and like.
I'd like to buy some alcohol,
yeah,
sir.
dumb. I didn't. That's not. No, I haven't.
I guess it is in a way though, but
I've done stuff, plainclothes, scouting locations, apartments, walking through, getting close to houses, taking pictures, but nothing where it's like.
You never smoked meth?
No.
I've never smoked meth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, good. I hope not.
I mean, like you asked him, like
you.
I mean, you're retired. Like, have you ever thought about?
No, none of that. The glass dick? No, none of that. None of that. No, no.
Just to see what it's really like.
Yeah,
I mean, what's
dude.
the hype all about?
Do you know anybody that's done it and is like, it's not for me? No, they all get fucking sucked into
No.
it.
Yeah, which means it must be great,
It
right?
is, but they fucking ruin their lives. There's no way. I don't dabble in any of that shit. Fuck no.
All of a sudden, Mark's coming in here sucking cock from meth.
Yeah. He's scratching his face.
He's like, hey, I
Just a
tried
little
this
more.
new stuff.
Just a little
All
more.
right, let's finish this scene.
That out first. You're gonna hang out in the hallway and you're gonna stand guard, okay?
What? No, dude, I'm on crystal meth.
I know, it's awesome. I'm very jealous of that. How fun is it? I've done it 11 times. And I smoked crack once. Let's go!
No, dude, please, don't leave me alone here. Please. I'm like itching. I got this post-nasal drip thing going. Don't do that. You're gonna make me.
Don't, hey, think about something else. Think about apple pie. Okay.
I got the detox.
I gotta take the I gotta take this thing off my ear.
Alright. So in this scene, they're undercover, obviously, or they're pretending to be undercover because they're not even actually cops. So they're winging it. And in the movie, he meets up with some Mexican gangsters, and they're like calling him out, like, "Dude, are you a cop?" And he's like, "No, I'm not a cop." And so they're like, "Here, smoke this." And so they hand him a pipe with a bowl of meth, and he takes a hit off of it. So we haven't done that. Billy, you've done some narcotic stuff and undercover crap. Like that would never happen, right? Like you would never smoke or do the drugs if someone asked you to.
So it depends on in life or death. Like in undercover, like if they're like put a gun to your head and be like, "If you don't smoke this, I'm gonna
dude, I'd be all.
You smoke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if it's
You're gonna do it.
If I'm gonna smoke a little meth and like
then get shot, well, fuck
or
it.
get shot, and
That'd be crazy.
hopefully you have a rescue team close that which every undercover operation should have a rescue team, and they should be you have to have audio at least, audio or visual, and hopefully both. And if you lose that, then you know you gotta walk away. And the UC has to know, like, hey, I'm walking into something that doesn't seem right, and they need to be like, no, I'm not going in there. Yeah. There's no case worth it, especially in drugs.
Yeah.
Especially in California.
Yeah.
Where you're talking about it, probably a year conviction.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. So
I've never heard of that happening, like where a cop actually like did use drugs or smoke.
Oh, I'm sure they're not going back to the locker room and be like, dude, I fucking smoked.
You're like, dude, I smoked some crank earlier.
Yeah. No, I'm not holding your hand. Dude, I think I'm addicted to crystal meth.
You just smoked it once.
Oh my god. I would suck dick for this high.
You've got to be kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't, but what if I do? I don't want to suck dick. Because I know I'm going to get good at it.
that's a real reaction, actually.
Not the lights.
Yeah.
We're excited about the guns, right?
Like that is like someone who's been involved with quite a few search warrants, and you go into a room or you find something like that you were looking for, and it's like more than what you were looking for. You're like, oh shit!
Yeah,
You're like,
hell yeah!
Hey everybody, get in here! You know,
Yeah.
you're calling everybody in. Maybe you're grabbing some things after the pictures. You're taking some photos. You know, it's real.
Yeah. But your partner that just smoked meth.
He's not involved in the search warrant. He's on his way to the hospital. Okay.
Holy shit. Justin, it's the crates. Check it out, jackpot, dude.
Jack motherfucking pot.
Yeah.
See these tags?
Yeah, man.
You know what these are? These were confiscated by the police.
Yeah.
They're supposed to destroy this shit. He stole all this.
Dude, I feel real good right now. I want to build a porch. We should build a porch right now. That'd be great.
Right.
I don't even know if I'm like really good at like woodwork or anything, but I feel like I can do that.
Look at that.
So for everybody that's watching, like that, like, okay, people that smoke meth tend to do crazy shit like that. Like you'll stop these guys, or they're under the influence of meth, or they're heavily into using narcotics, and you know, generally they've always got like electronics with them. They've got like torn apart laptops, 100 chargers, like 10 different broken cell phones,
And porn. I always have porn.
porn for sure.
The mountain bike that's like 15 different mountain bikes is usually the number one that I
Or
was
they're
looking for.
cruising around at night and they got like a bike tube and like a tire on their shoulder,
extra.
and you're like, yeah,
extra parts.
Yeah, so they're always like taking apart stuff, trying to build it back together.
The tweaker backpack search is always fun. You're like, oh, what is this?
Dude.
And then do with porn, there's always a dildo or something.
Oh yeah,
And
they're
you're like-
always.
or like 10.
And you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
The one thing I think they could have done a little better on this was for his character, if he's supposedly he's obviously under the influence of meth. I feel like they could have had him like kind of tweaking out a little bit
Yeah,
more,
like
you know,
jittery.
kind of like more jittery and scatterbrain. That would be more
Accurate.
More accurate.
But
to me,
again, I think I started this whole movie off with this is not intended to be
no.
an accuracy thing, and that works well with the comedy. If he's
Yeah.
just sitting around like tweaking out hard,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
That'd be too good.
like doing this and fucking scratching to himself,
moving
to
their
bleeding.
fingers. They're like people, and you're
Yeah.
like, dude, when was the last time you smoked meth? They're like, I don't
Yeah.
use meth.
Yeah.
12 hours ago.
Yeah, you're like, what? I've been clean, dude, for 2 days. You're like, okay,
I
so
used to
you,
call it the sign language, and then we'd put them in the
Yeah.
sobering cell, and they'd be sitting there. And they'd be,
that's a true
Yeah.
representation of someone under the
Yeah.
influence of meth.
like I will tell you, there was. Nah, I'll tell the story later.
All right.
Hey!
Hey.
You want the crazy dude? No. Neither do I. Thank you, that makes me feel like a leader.
So, I've had a lot. I do get people that ask me like, what happens to firearms and stuff like that when you book them in evidence and the case gets adjudicated. They do destroy guns. I mean, so they're responding to a burglary here.
Where they broke a window.
LAPD.
Yeah, what was the point of that?
Police Department.
He like broke the window, but he just pried it open.
But still, I mean, like, even if. Why are you forcing entry to a place?
Okay, so I love. First of all, we would never clear a building like this ever. Like that's not how you would clear. Take that. It's a store, and these guys go running in the store and they're like taking cover. Like that's unrealistic. That wouldn't happen like that. But what I find funny is just before I pause the movie, like these guys get their guns out and they like rack the gun. You see that a lot in cop movies and whatever law enforcement movies. That's you have a round already in your chamber. Like you would never do that. And if you don't have a round in your chamber, that's a bad day. Anyways, that always just kind of bugs me when in cop movies they do that, right? Like we're ready to go. It's like that.
It's actually funny because if you were old school and you carried like a 1911, you carried it with the hammer back even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some guys that carry that.
Do you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the hammer's back.
yeah, you carry it a hammer back.
They're all. And then he's crawling. What if you saw an officer doing that? What would you do?
There's cops that do that stuff. They're scared and they don't want to be there.
I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I tell them to leave.
Yeah, probably.
Be like, dude,
So none of this would ever happen, and if it does, fuck. I mean, that'd be crazy if it ever did.
And you would know the 2 other cops that are with you. Not like this.
No, yeah, they act like they've never seen each other.
Even, I mean, LAPD's big, but the beats aren't.
But in the same division like that?
Yeah, they're not that big.
No.
They had a briefing, I'm guessing. Hey, here are these guys who weren't at briefing.
Hey, what's up? All right.
Yeah, as big as of an agency that is, like, they work in, you know, the same division or whatever. Like, I guarantee you they would all know each other.
I worked in a big department.
Yeah.
And
did you say worked or you work?
I work. Yeah. But when I work patrol in a big department, is what I meant to say. Mm-hmm. And not only did I know everyone within my division, if like there was someone outside of the division that came, like there was in another division doing briefing, there's a good chance that I knew at least one of them.
Yeah, somebody with them.
Or heard of them or something.
Or heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like Pacquiao and Fabio had a baby.
Okay, we've all encountered something similar to this.
Go ahead, man. This one's all you, man. Go ahead. Nope.
I've also been there too. Like, go ahead.
Yeah. That's all you, bud. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so mad at my partner for that.
Over his face.
Grab his arms.
Where's the other guy?
If you fought a naked person, it is very, very uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah, like...
It's disgusting. And they're sweaty.
That happens. Like, unfortunately, in this job, like, you are going to encounter naked people. You're going to have to fight naked dudes.
And people don't want to.
Yeah, that's a shitty day when that happens. It happens. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Other than shove somebody else in front of you.
Yeah, other than try to get your partner.
Join corrections if you really like that, because
happens a lot.
All the time.
God, I can't imagine. All right, well, that was our breakdown of Let's Be Cops. It's a funny movie. I mean, overall, I would say this, like, they got a lot of stuff right in the movie as far as the uniform, the way it looks, the codes they were using. Like, I'll say, like, Hollywood did a good job.
How was the belt? So that's always my go-to is the belt.
They're squared away in this movie.
Okay.
Like, if you watch the whole movie, like, the belt's actually...
Because how many times have you watched a movie and for some reason they have, like, their radio in the middle of their back?
Yeah, you're like,
and you're like, have you ever sat in a car before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen.
Like,
subscribe to our channel if you liked it. Give us a thumbs up. Share it with a friend, as always. And cheers, boys. Do you have anything left in yours?
Mine's empty.
I just finished it,
Cheers.
actually.